Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 425 of the Maritime Paintball Podcast, coming to you live on 97.9. Sorry, let me try that again. There we go. Let's try this again. Let's try this again, folks. It's been a day. It's been a day. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 425 of the Maritime Paintball Podcast. My name is Brad O'Dell. I'm coming to you live on 97.9 FM CHSR. And with me, as always, is a man we can't hear. Excuse me. Good times. It's been a great day, folks. It's been a great day. We have nothing lined up. This is actually, there we go.
Incredibly annoyed at our tech advisor, King of Paintball, asking when the shit jumps off, what are you going to do? The answer? You're going to listen to the Maritime Paintball Podcast here on 97.9 CHSR in beautiful Fredericton, New Brunswick, or live on Facebook, on Twitter, on Twitch, on X, on... Are we on Pornhub yet? No, still not on there. They won't let me on there, which is awesome. I can't even get on there.
Yeah, we're live on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Excuse me, my voice just cracked. Apparently, I just turned 15. We're not on X. We're not going to be on X. I think we're going to go to Blue Sky, though. That's the new one. That's the new Twitter. It's actually made by Jack Doherty, the inventor of Twitter.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So that's happening.
We can live with that.
Yeah, right? So maybe go over to Kick. I don't know. We'll see what happens. So this week we've got...
Nothing.
Absolutely nothing. It's been a rough week. It's been a rough day. And we thought, you know what we need? We need a lighthearted show that we can put our feet up. Metaphorically, I'm not putting my feet up. For the record, metaphorically, I'm not putting my feet up on the console of the studio. Tom there is probably putting his feet up on something. But Cameron Brow wants to know, when are we getting you guys on TikTok live? You need 1,000 followers on TikTok. We don't have 1,000 followers. We don't have 200 followers. So...
Spending $500,000 for salaries.
Yeah, I was reading that. Yeah. Impact is basically like building a... They're doing the equivalent of going to... How do I put... I mean, everybody does this. Every sports does this. Hockey, football, doesn't matter what it is, right? You pay the big money to get the best players. That's what you do. Totally normal. But it's also kind of equivalent to when I had a buddy of mine when I used to play Magic the Gathering, the card game a lot, where he actually went to the card shop and bought individual cards to build like the worst, like not the worst, but it was like the hardest deck to beat, because he literally went and bought each individual card to build this like super deck. And the rest, because he was now keep in mind, we were all like 19 years old. He's working at a call center making quote unquote big money, because call centers were paying like $14 an hour when minimum wage was $7. And right. So, yeah, I was reading about that. It was pretty wild. Impact is spending like $500,000 on salaries for 4 guys. But I mean, you know what? If that's what it takes for Impact to win, and they've got the money, I mean, all the power to them. For anybody who says that there's no money in paintball, apparently there's enough to play. There's enough to pay 4 players $500,000 between the 4 of them. So it's pretty wild. I haven't gotten into the details. I couldn't tell you the players off the top of my head, or what their stats are. I just know that they're some pretty top players, top tiers. So it's going to be exciting to see. We've got the phone lines open all night. Normally we don't open them right away, but we're going to open the phone lines all night. It's 506-453-4979. Feel free to call in. I did test the phones. They work. if you got a comment, you got a question, you got a topic, you want to just shoot the breeze, let us know. Feel free to call us, and we'll get you on the air. We can chat. Like I said,
I like that idea.
Right. I'm jonesing for a very relaxed show. I'm jonesing for just let's let the let's just let it happen.
I'm getting I picked up a banger phone for Simon to just use for like watching, like playing like offline games and stuff. Nothing with a network card. I just got a hold of it, so I'm like installing stuff. So when he comes over, he could just have something like run the car going for a long drive. It'll be perfect for the royal wagon. That'll be wicked. Plus, that way there I have a little backup. I can stream stuff to the
hey, there you go,
to the Chromecast, and then Chromecast it to that old monitor that I have. My two little side by side monitors. That's going to just be in a cupboard. It's a 20-inch monitor with a little Bluetooth speaker. You're not going to be in there to watch TV.
No, you're in there so you have a place to. Raining. Yeah, you have a place to go horizontal when it's raining. That's the big thing, right?
I've also spoken to Mama Weber, and I have secured a spotted enemy.
Beautiful.
But not just any spot. Number 2 Gom Way will be located across the way from number 1 Junkie Way. We're across from the meth trailer.
Love it.
Beside Coogan.
Okay, I'm down for that. I'm down for that.
We're in the vacation spot. We're in the awesome place. I can't wait.
That's amazing. Excuse me. Oh, that's great, man. That's great. I'm what's this now? Cool. So yeah, we're almost to the end of the season, eh? It's that time of the year again where it kind of gets depressing, where it's like, all right, well, that's it. Paintball's pretty much done now.
Yeah.
So,
well.
But you know what?
Oh, it's also the Prince of Paintball's birthday today. Turned 7. It's getting
7.
Boy. Yeah.
Man, oh man.
He's been hanging around Moncton Paintball for almost 5 years now.
Oh man, he's basically a mascot at that point.
It's almost like he's a fixture. Most recently, he found a stuffed beaver, who, if I could find him, he's around here somewhere, but it's legit Sir Richard from our friend Kat, and he's been running around screaming, "I have a stuffed Richard, and my beaver has a cleaver." Made a little butcher cleaver for him, and I have a sign. Thank you. Oh yes, I have number 2 Gom Way. We can hang it up, but yes, a nice little sign would be very nice. I appreciate you. Probably gonna bring the beaver with us. He'll have to travel like next to Master Chicken. That'll be fun.
That's fine. I see absolutely not. In fact, I welcome it. That just feels right.
I'm sad that the season's over. It's too cold. I realize that I'm old because I was gone a couple of weeks ago. I went out to the field with the boys and I walked out and I'm like, oh my God, it's cold. My hands hurt. Do I really want to get shot in the fingertips playing speedball? No.
Yeah, right?
My gears, my kit's bagged up and ready to go. I got to ship it to TJ. Like, I got stuff to deal with. Like, I just can't.
Yeah, it sucks, right? We kind of get that itch'll show back up probably in January, February, where it's like, hey, do you want to come up for like a day of winter ball at Atlantica and at Atlantica Outdoor Recreational Center out there in Hillsborough? Probably.
Fantastic sponsors, and by then the Novas will be back because I'm going to ship them FedEx. I'll bite the bullet, dude. I'll send them FedEx. I canceled everything that I had possibly going to Canada Post, and the only thing I can't cancel is my mask because I'm pretty sure it's sitting in the St. George Street.
Oof.
I think it's there. And my P.O. box is supposed to be canceled December 1st because I'm not paying for another P.O. box because I have been able to access it and my stuff is sitting there and I can't get it. So why am I going to give you $200?
Yeah, that's
Sorry,
fair.
Canada Post. Yeah, so I got to figure out what's going to happen about my packages because I just bounced a bunch of stuff back. To screw it. And my best friend works for Canada Post, by the way, and Normally you can support a strike, and I can usually get behind the guy who's getting thumped. But sorry, Canada Post, nobody's sending mail anymore. Like, you get mail once every 2 weeks.
I get bills. I get mail I don't want.
I can get those in my email.
Right?
I was listening to CBC, so forgive me for going on my tangent. But
no, let's go, man.
And don't quote me, because it's very similar numbers. To run Canada Post, to run a truck and gas, it's like $600. For FedEx, Pure Later, for the profit companies, it's like $400. And then for the jabonis who are driving their own cars and running around for like those little local guys, it's like $200. So what are you going to do? Canada Post does keep by come to your day. They throw everything in a single mailbox, so they just need one dude to go and drop everything in a mailbox. Like, I want to defend it, but I don't think I can. And right now, I'm somewhere irritated between them and Ants Gear. I don't know who I'm more annoyed with.
Well, on the topic of the strike, I'm not gonna blame the
Christmas.
Yeah, I mean, if you're a postal worker, that's the perfect time to put pressure on everybody, right? Nothing makes people angrier at the government saying stop this now or whatever. But I think it's just a matter of like, I don't think Canada Post
government for this one.
What? No. I mean, like it's a Crown Corp, right? So it's like,
yeah, the government could fix it, but we all got to pay for it.
Yeah. What I mean is like
rural people. Like, there's some people it still benefits, absolutely, but. Anyways, sorry.
Oh, I was just going to say,
the Maritime talking about post.
Feels like Canada Post didn't keep up with the times at all. They kind of were just like, cool, the world is changing, technology is changing, but we're just going to keep pumping out commemorative coins,
stamps
for the 0.0001% of the population who collects that now. Yeah, it just feels like they didn't, like, where FedEx and Pure Later were kind of finding ways around it and offering more creative business solutions. Canada Post was like, meh. And then now it's biting them in the ass. So.
First strikes, second strikes. I've seen plenty of second strikes, I'll have you know.
I don't get it. I missed it.
Second strikes? When you pick up Explorers talk first strikes, second strikes, round balls that always miss.
Yeah, I've lost I'm not sure where his joke is, though. I don't see.
Neither am I, but...
Okay, cool. All right, as long as I'm not the only one who's lost on that one. Sorry, Explorer.
No, I was commenting that I've seen second strikes.
Yeah, absolutely. I've loaded a second strike. It's... whatever. Yeah.
I have seen him pick up one or two second strikes and
for sure. Collecting paintball markers is much more fun than stamps. I understand the appeal of collecting stuff. I just don't see the appeal of collecting stamps. But everybody's got their thing, right? It's like the old PSA. Everybody's good at something. Everybody's got their. What's your thing? So, hey, if you like collecting stamps, all the power to you. At least they're easy to store. You know, 500 stamps will fit in a binder. 10 paintball markers takes up a closet. So, so with the winter coming, Moncton's got that laser thing, right? Or headbands, Josh. Yes, yeah, headbands. Collecting headbands.
I won again.
I saw that. I saw that.
HK one. Play to win.
I understand the idea of wanting to accessorize and to be able to pick and choose. What I don't understand is the people who are collecting the Hormesis ones and they're in boxes stacked on a desk. It's like they're investing in a band. You know what I mean? Like they're paying like how much for a headband, and then they're like, all right, well, this is appreciated in value by 200%. I'm going to sell it now. It's like they're buying and selling stocks of the paintball market. But yeah, it's but Moncton. Speaking of Moncton, Josh is there. I'd love to see more of that laser tag stuff. I want to bring the young fella out for it. I want to bring Want to bring
That
G-Man.
laser tag thing was smoking awesome, man. Simon, I think, would get a kick out of it too.
Right? Well, that's what I think. It would be fun. Get him out. I mean, it's going to be cold, but whatever. I will bring hot chocolate. I will bring hand warmers. We could set up a little something, something to warm the kids up, and
Yep.
and yeah, just go out and just rip around in the snow. We've heard stocks in the paintball market. I'm here for it.
We were just talking about that, but we're going to go over it again, Dustin. But yeah, Impact's just spending a whole bunch. Who was it that spent an absolute butt ton of money a few years ago?
The Saints.
Yeah, and then they couldn't pay.
Well, what happened was he paid them, and then they lost, and he got zero return on investment and got angry. That's how I understood it, and it was not pretty. It did not go over well. Wolf's in the chat. As I get older, winter games are less attractive. They truly are. Laser tag December 1st. Let me check my calendar. Let me check the calendar. Hold on now. It's my weekend. It's not my week. It's technically not my weekend to have the young fella, but sure I could borrow. Zip on up.
December 1st?
Yeah, zip on up. Do some laser tag. Is it in the evening? I wonder, when is it? Sean Stunt, Diesel did the same thing. The Saints, AC Diesel. Yeah. There's
Sunday the 1st? Yeah, I've got him.
I think PB Fit kind of proved
some laser tag.
Yeah, we're doing laser tag. Dope. I feel like nobody seems to have learned the lesson that you can't just build a super team. You can't just buy a team. You can't just pick random guys and just be like, all right, cool, we're going to practice for one weekend. And then, yeah, AC Diesel lost. Yeah, and I was going to say, PB Fit kind of proved that you don't need the most expensive players to absolutely dominate. PB Fit showed that you just got to have the right group of players together,
100%.
So
100%.
So I don't get this buying. Now that being said, there could be more to it, because I could also see, as a team owner, from a business standpoint, you collect the top names, right? Not just the play, you collect the names that people know, right? And then you put them all on one team.
Love you, Derek.
And then you pump out merch. You do a merch deal.
Pump.
You know what I mean? You start selling their jerseys, you start selling headbands that are signed by them, you start selling, that kind of stuff. And you can make a ton of coin, right? That's like 90% of how the NHL makes its money. Well, there's ticket sales too, but
I was going to start talking about the Leafs. I mean,
no, exactly. No, 100%. The Leafs never win the cup.
Success. I'm sorry, Leaf fans. Come to their defense and tell me how good they're doing this season. Shut up. I don't care.
No, they're doing great. They're going to choke, but they're doing great. I'm a Leafs fan.
Yeah, I know, exactly.
They're going to do great, and then they're going to choke, and then they're going to lose. And that's how it's going to work. But they're going to make and sell an absolute enormous amount of merchandise.
A vulgar display of money-making.
They don't have to win. They don't need to win to make money, right? That's the thing. It's wild. So, and Josh says it all. Players just need to gel. Wolf is saying Dynasty's been playing together since they were kids. Absolutely, and they've got that. They gel. They're good. They're great. They just weren't on their game this year. Wolf, that sounds like quitter talk, bud. If you're just going to stop watching the Leafs in the 90s and never regretted it, you're going to be the first one to throw a Leafs jersey on when they win, aren't you? You're going to be. It's the scene from The Simpsons where Homer's like, boo, like booing the atoms or whatever, the isotopes. Boo, they suck. Oh no, we won. And then he comes back out of nowhere and he's like, we did it. It's been a hard battle, but we did it. Like,
I mean, I was never a Habs fan.
Look, the way my
There
entire
might have been a point as a kid, but I've been a Bruins fan all my life, so I've always wanted a Boston Bruins tattoo, and then they won the cup, and I'm like, I can't do it now. I needed to do it before 2010. Otherwise, you look like a bandwagon jumper.
Yeah,
I mean,
absolutely.
I've suffered the slings and arrows.
My entire plan. It's the same plan every year.
People.
It's the same plan every year.
I don't feel bad for them.
Nope.
I don't. If you choose to support a team that sucks, great. Good for you for being dedicated, but don't fool yourself.
No.
Now, that being said, I've been a Cleveland Indians fan all my life. I kind of stuttered there, but yeah, that's what it was to me growing up, was the Cleveland Indians. Now they're the Guardians.
Yeah. Because I remember seeing the Guardians, and I was like, who the hell are the Guardians?
Big C. It was great to see them do well. It's wonderful to see your team win, but man, never stop hoping.
Well, the thing is I watched the Leafs.
Because of Wayne. That was the only reason anybody liked the Oilers. You're not alone on that one. I'll give you that one.
Right. I watched the Leafs until they're knocked out. And then it's any Canadian team that's not the Habs. And then when there's none left, and let's say it's only the Habs left, it's whoever's against the Habs. Like, I've got a system.
Oh, you're not. I know the system
right?
well. It's the.
But I'm not fooling myself. I'm never going to see the Leafs hoist the cup. It's never going to happen.
Is to hate the Leafs again. Habs fans are supposed to hate Bruins fans. Bruins fans are supposed to hate Habs fans, but that's not right. We dislike each other because it's Jordan and Bird. It's that in your face, really want to mess with the other guy, but you respect him kind of thing. Because I love the Habs. I love fighting against them. But man, I love watching Toronto take a thumping. It doesn't matter who it is. It could be any team as long as it be
sure.
fun. And then New Jersey, a bold statement. Calgary, nice. Oh God, yeah.
Yeah, it was up the road. We hated him except when Canada Cup came along. Sure, absolutely.
I mean, we have Sid Crosby from here, and everybody loves him.
I mean, he's a good player. Don't get me wrong. He's a great player.
Absolutely.
Right?
I mean,
I like Ovechkin. I like watching him, mostly because if he can't score a goal, he'll break a nose.
If you don't like Ovechkin, you are a monster, and there's no other way to describe you because
I'm trying to remember the name of the player. Who was it? I watched it. I went to a game. It was Boston versus the Senators. I was in Ottawa for it.
I've never been to a
it was good, man. It was good. It was fun.
I don't want to give Simon up to go see the Leafs play, so
it wasn't playoffs. It was off season, but it was still a game. So we went and saw it. I really wish I could remember the name of the player because I remember the player. It was Boston, or one of the Senators guys had just come back, like back on the ice because he took an absolute thumping from one of the Boston guys. And he was he was out for like 2 months with injury. So it was fun to watch because as soon first time, like game starts, they're all on the ice. We're getting ready. Beginning of the first period. The puck drops, and I don't think the puck hit the ground. The gloves were off. Just wham, like 3 of them just ganged up that one guy and just beat him into the ground.
Wolf doesn't watch anything but FIFA and English Premier League. I'm not surprised, but I expected him to say Formula One as well. That would have been the trifecta of snooty sports playing because I kind of like watching.
F1 is F1 is
I like watching footy.
I've never been a big fan of football.
Boring. I like soccer. I like real football, like American football.
Oh, like soccer football. Yeah, I've never liked any of it. I like F1. I'll watch F1. I don't know anything about it, but I like it. I enjoy watching it.
Bob Saget is like, do not take the Lord's name in vain in this house, Mr. Landry. He is a saint among men and one of the greatest comedians that we lost.
I'm not talking about. Hold on. Sean's in here like, don't be talking about F1. It's not saying I just don't know anything about it. I enjoy watching it.
Where are they? Hold on. Where am I?
But you can't.
I can't find my Kimi Räikkönen hollowbacks that I've got hanging around. I love my Formula One, baby.
Formula One's great, but at the same time, and you've recognized this because I've chatted with you before. You also recognize this. Is that a lot of Formula One, not all of it, a lot of Formula One is essentially the race car version of horse racing, where it's you don't get to do it unless you're rich. It's not like basketball, soccer, football. There's nobody coming out of like the mean streets of
Monaco.
You know what I mean? Yeah, like you're not coming off the streets. You're not coming out of a ghetto, and suddenly it's like a rags to riches story. It's, Daddy, I want to race a car. Buy me an F1 team. Is how half of those F1 teams start.
Don't even get me started about Tommy Hilfiger's daddy buying him on a team and him being terrible for 7 years. We gave poor Pastor Maldonado so much shit for what he did. And you know what? I would take Pastor back. At least he was entertaining.
Yeah, that's there right. You go. If he's entertaining, then it's worth it. I don't know who he is, but...
you know what? I'm really happy now it's the Maritime F1 podcast.
It's this is the variety show, folks. Feel free to call in, folks. 506-453-4979.
You know what? I'm glad Lewis got humbled. I love Lewis, and I hated him as a champion. It's like every champion gets like a real whiny wank.
Mm-hmm.
Max is a whiny... All he wants to do is play is virtual racing. He doesn't even want to drive anymore because he's getting thumped. Because Lando, the Orange Knight, and the Orange Knights are just, they're running away with it. It's beautiful. And Ferrari doesn't suck anymore. F1's the only sport more expensive than paintball. You're right.
True.
Facts.
Right. F1, you know what? F1 and paintball have a lot in common. One, they're stupidly expensive. Two, you don't get fired for cheating. You get bonuses for cheating secretly. Like finding creative ways to break the rules and not get caught. You get a bonus. Like,
yep.
Like it was it.
We're looking at you.
Was it?
He's a Ferrari.
I was going to say, was it Ferrari that came up with a special gasket that after so many kilometers it burned out a certain part and allowed more fuel to flow in?
Yeah, that was the engines would blow up and they would get like 3 really good laps to hit their qualifying, and then the engine would blow up. It would just poop itself. They stopped that. They stopped that one.
And then it was Mercedes that got caught using the flexible spoiler.
Yep.
That was the one where it was like when they hit a certain speed, it was like boop. It just kind of moved, and then it would go back into place.
Caught. That was a design choice, and it wasn't breaking the rules until you're told. It's not illegal if you don't. It's very illegal if you get caught. But if there's no rules saying you can't do it.
Mm-hmm. There you go. Yeah. It's a matter, we've checked the rule book, and there is not a sentence in here specifically saying I can't do these things. Which is why F1's rule book is like 4 feet thick. Because every time you turn...
One thing. When I was in Toronto, I went to the exhibit, and I really should have... that's the one thing they didn't have was a physical copy of the F1 rule book.
It's got to be huge. It's got to be massive, man, because F1 is just, every team is stocked to the hilt with very skilled engineers finding ways to cheat.
To the hilt could be questioned in the lower half, but like Ferrari, like Red Bull, Mercedes, it's rocket scientists. Some of those guys, when they're done, like Formula One, they want to do something relaxing. They go like launch rockets, go work for Nova.
I'm going to go.
Make paintball.
I'm going on vacation. What are you going to do? I'm going to put a man on the moon. It's a lot easier than building the F1 car for Ferrari.
Than making the Ferrari not suck? Yeah, it's easier to put a man on the moon.
Thinking the red.
Oh my god! Like it's sad, some of it. And
the Red Bull
win the championship and they become petulant.
The Red Bull pit crew is just taking vacation by running with the bulls in Spain because it's less stressful. Like,
Andrew, I like it.
What's this? Plan my next season, every paintball off season. Look at the planning events, fit the crew, work on new templates, things for next year's videos. I love that. That's great. I'm probably going to have a lot more free time here soon. So
he's going to eventually have a good proper burnout, and he's going to have to slow down like I've been telling him.
My body is going to make me. I can already feel it where the body's like pumping the brakes, but we're about to lock these things up. Like ABS is like kicking in and I'm getting that like do.
Yeah,
but pretty soon that caliper is going to lock.
That's fine. The caravan will be ready. The royal caravan
Yeah.
will be ready soon,
I'm
and
gonna-
we're going to go on vacation. I'm going to invade the Kaiser's home territory
Love it.
next year. I don't care who comes with me or if I go by myself. I'm invading the Kaiser's territory. I'm going to enemy. We're going to commando. There's not a question. That's not a question. We're going.
Okay.
I will drag your ass. I don't care. The budget be damned. We're going. Because there are too many cool people that we need to go line the caravans up with and have a little fight between the two caravans. We have to invade. We have to torment. I can't not do it.
I really, the other day I was driving, just kind of stuck in traffic, daydreaming about paintball and what I'm going to be doing next year. I'm sitting there and I'm just like, man, I am jonesing for a drink at the Grumpy Old Men's Shack, like at the Grumpy Shack. Like I'm jonesing for that.
That camaraderie.
Yeah.
It was hard to get this year. We had a bumpy year this year. You did. I was out and about. It was, well, our worlds were both kind of collectively up the creek.
Yeah.
So now everything's going to be settled here in the next couple months.
Every year.
I said that.
Every year for 3 years we've said it. Next year's the good year. It's never the good year.
It's gotten better.
It has.
Like we've constant small improvements. You know, the first year we traveled on our own, no trailer, it sucked. Second year, too many people, trailer, better. Third year, trailer,
Less
too
people,
many people,
but still not.
terrible accommodations. I'm too cheap to pay for flights. I'm getting a trailer. My truck died. Like everything just kind of like.
Yeah.
Mark, where are you, Mark? Are you here, Mark, in New Brunswick? Because if you are, rumor has it that the lads at Moncton Paintball are going to get a bus. So, screw it. I'm going to say it. They're getting a bus. And if they haven't got a bus yet, get off your wallets, get your money, and go. I will begin rolling in my caravan because I need to be able to stop the smoke, boys.
Yeah.
And I'm not being responsible for stopping a bus of all of us because I want to smoke. So, north of NB, yeah, Mark, get in touch with the lads at Moncton. We've got to try. You got to stay on, not because it's them, but it's paintball. You know what paintballers are like. On that.
It's like herding cats, man.
Yeah,
It's
and
brutal.
we had a good corner this year.
Uh-huh.
This year, we have solidly invaded and made our presence known.
It's
in
ours.
Ontario.
It's ours now. That area is
Yeah,
ours.
They love us. And I don't mean me and him. I mean as Maritimers. They love us, boys.
Yep.
Because we act like this. We're friendly.
He's asking about events. We're looking at D-Day at Commando Action Center.
Puff, puff, pass. That's right, Keith.
That's the event. D-Day is the main event for us at D-Day or at Jesus. D-Day is the main event at Commando. There we go. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. Oh, it's going to be so much fun.
So,
Sorry.
yeah, it's going to be a blast. I'm fingers crossed that this is going to be
Sorry
a
about
year.
that. I just didn't want to slurp on the camera.
No, it's all good.
No, great.
I'm hoping that this is going to be, because last year, I got there and I know you guys remember that I was on the year before I was on the phone with being like, "Where's my money?"
Oh, my God. Yeah, that was this year, dude.
Yeah, I think it happened last year too. No, the year before. I forget.
Don't remember.
Either way,
but I know that it was.
There's
I
been
know it was
multiple
this year,
occasions that
you were slightly annoyed. I'm not going. Listen, I warned you last year it was going to happen. I let you go through it this year. I'm done with it now. You will listen to me. I have dealt with it. I have been there. You fool, listen to me. And if you don't listen to me, listen to one of them. There's a whole bunch of them in there.
Yeah, somebody said I needed to slow down. Which one was it? Here's what it is, folks. Here's what my regular day looks like. Okay, this is what my days look like. I'm up in the morning, getting the kids ready. Not just me. The missus is there too. Just saying, I'm there, getting the kids ready. Then I go to work from 9 to 5, or 8:30 to 5, and then I on my lunch hour at work I do a secondary job for a side gig, and then I go home and I eat supper, or I cook supper and then eat supper, and then I do more work for the side gig, and then I go to bed. I've been doing that for way too long. and I'm tired. I'm tired, boss. I'm tired. So,
Yes, that makes absolute perfect sense.
I mean, you saw it. Remember, like, I was like, I just crashed. I was in the truck. Like, I jumped in the truck. We're like, let's go. I was gone, man.
On the way up, you were out because I had the turtles to entertain me,
Yeah.
and then when we got there, the inevitable boys, I need to sleep because I'm going to have a med crash and this is going to be bad.
Oh, that was rough, bud.
And
I felt bad for you.
I warned you.
Yeah.
I warned everyone, and that is also that's what happens when you get old. Yes, that's exactly why I have the Royal Caravan.
Yeah.
Because when
We can pull over and sleep.
Tom sleep.
Right?
I am done working on other people's schedules, man.
Yeah.
I'm doing it this way.
We love you all, but we really, really want to be able to stop in a Walmart parking lot, set up the caravan, and just pass out for a couple of hours.
Since we're not going to be in New Brunswick, and New Brunswick is the only province that seems to have this problem, we'll pull over into one of those little sidey spots to sleep. I will, principle, not sleep in a Walmart parking lot.
I mean, Ontario's full of those Encore parking lots.
I'm cool with that.
And then Quebec's got Quebec has the every time you turn around, Quebec's got those little
we stopped there for smoke when
it's got the bathroom.
Yeah, that's fine too. We'll pull in there. We'll sleep in there.
What's what the truckers do?
I will not sleep in a Walmart parking lot.
That's fine.
And the only reason is the running joke in my in-laws' family is that if you're too cheap to pay for a campsite, you sleep in a Walmart parking lot. So you drive by and you honk the horn at night. So,
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. We definitely did do that when I worked at Walmart, and we had like a 7 a.m. shift, which meant
lay on the horn. Oh no, like 4 a.m, drive by laying on the horn.
Oof.
Like,
yeah.
Oh, I was a jerk.
So yeah, if we
can't.
we just gotta nestle the truck in between two transport trucks. You know what I mean? Like where the transport trucks park, where they all line themselves up. We just like pull in there where they're at. You know, you're good.
I'm fine with that.
Right? Because nobody's going to rob the truck. They're going to rob a transport truck. They're going to rob anything.
Our gear's going to be...
What about a Home Depot? No, there's too many tools to take the truck apart at a Home Depot. I don't trust it.
We're going to be sleeping with loaded markers, man. If they come through that door and they're not you and they're not me...
We need to we'll have to come up with a secret knock. We need to...
No, I'm not gonna. I'll see you come through that door, and if it ain't you, I'm shooting him.
There you go. That works.
I mean, I'm not gonna. Yeah, again, it's not like we're gonna be doing that at Commando because I expect Tyler or someone to stunk. Oh, it's gonna be George's kid, I think.
Probably.
That's gonna be him. I think it's gonna be him. That's just hammed out of his tree, and he's gonna stumble in, and it's gonna be hilarious.
Yeah, it's gonna be
I would
interesting.
sleep in a Home Depot parking lot. I would accept Home Depot, only because if you're sleeping there, you're probably a homeless dad or somebody who just needs to get some gear first thing in the morning.
You know what? They say Home Depots are typically off.
No.
Home Depots are always typically kind of off the beaten path too. Like Walmarts tend to be built on main streets across cities, right? Like it's always easy to get to a Walmart. It's not always easy to get to a Home Depot. Ours in Fredericton, the Home Depot is like in a power center next to a Costco.
Kent.
Ooh, there you go. If you can get... now, those are only in the Maritimes, though. Kent doesn't exist outside of the Maritimes.
Yeah.
Then it's Rona.
Saskatchewan. See, now, there's the problem. Going to Saskatchewan takes longer than it would take for me to go to New York.
Yeah.
Or to go to Pennsylvania is... Well, Saskatchewan's, what, like 3 days?
Well, it's...
Ontario.
It's rough, man.
It's foolish. Or I could just drive to Pennsylvania and go play there, or go to Georgia when it's not warm here, when it's cold. It's what I really want to do next year.
To drive from... Oh, hold on now. Yeah, to drive from here to Saskatoon is 39 hours nonstop. It's 3,871 kilometers. From here to Saskatoon.
30 what?
3,800 kilometers.
How many hours?
Oh, 39.
Okay.
That's nonstop. That includes.
I just want to check something. So from my address, see if I'm right.
To go to where? To Fulda Gap?
No. One sec. And from Moncton to Miami, I think is going to be right around the same thing.
Oof.
32 hours, 3,336 kilometers.
So it's faster to drive to Miami than Saskatoon.
And then once you get to Saskatoon, you're in Saskatoon.
You can't get out.
I've never been there, but from what everyone told me, Moncton and Oshawa are the same. So
Yes.
It had very much a Moncton vibe.
Yep.
I felt right at home.
It's a big it's trying so desperately hard to be a big city, but it just can't.
That's why Alpha goes to Ontario.
For real though. It's better for him to drive to Ontario than to sit around Saskatoon. Or sit around Saskatchewan. I'm not. Yeah, no, we're not driving to Saskatchewan. I'm not driving to Saskatchewan.
No.
If I was going to do anything, like if it was like a big event somewhere, like there's an event in Alberta, Skyline Acres has every once in a while. If I were to do that, that would be I'm flying. Somebody better have gear for me when I land.
I've got 8 fields within 75 miles, so 150 kilometers. LA 460 miles. That's Moncton to Tobic, about 500 miles, and back.
Hey,
6-hour drive.
That's cool. Sorry, I just read that whole thing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so Keith's going to be doing, hold on now, 70 miles Los Angeles, 480 miles drive down to SoCal for SC Village, in which I'll be doing a podcast next year once a month, or flying me and my friend Fred Schultz, and we'll do a podcast every Tuesday at 6 o'clock. I love that. It's amazing. So you're saying that you're going to go down and do a podcast once a month at SC Village, or SC Village is going to fly you guys in every Tuesday to do a podcast? Either way, it sounds fantastic. Flights are cheap. Flights are cheap
awesome.
Like that. Like they've got a flight now out of St. John. You can fly to Halifax. It's a 25-minute flight.
Okay, so we've also been insanely remiss in exploring our own backyard.
Yes.
So we've got here. I'm going to invade the Kaiser's territory. So we're going to Warzone. If they have a MagFed game, I'm going.
Cool.
My TMC, I'm not even going to clean it. I'm just going to bring it like it is.
Don't clean it. It'll stop working if you clean it. Warzone, I'd like to go to Warzone. That sounds fun. Especially if it's on the Quebec-Ontario border, then it's not as far as going all the way to Ottawa.
I know it'll be fun. I know that whoever we run into, it'll be awesome because they're all sweet and like they're all great people. I still love to go to Mirabel. Mm-hmm. I love those guys. They have a reputation that I delight in because they're hilarious.
For sure.
There's a podcast with Fred every Tuesday, and they're flying them down SC Village to do a podcast once a month. That's killer, man.
Yeah. Fred Schultz. For anyone who doesn't, Fred Schultz is one of the OGs.
In the chat. Throw that in the chat. I want to see that. I'm going to listen to that later.
Yeah,
I'm fascinated because that's probably an actual show about paintball.
It is old school. Like we're talking like there since day one kind of ballers.
Ooh. They have stories.
So they have many stories.
They can tell me paintball story time. Yeah, I'm totally going to listen to that. Yeah, I want those links. I'm going to listen to that later.
Yeah,
I just got that phone running for the boy, so guess what's going to have my podcasts on it?
I know. I'm trying to remember the name of the show. I know it was Flagpole Productions. Was Friends with Fred? I think is what it's called. Friends with Fred. I see it. It pops up on my feed, so I don't have to remember anything. It just shows up. But yeah, Keith, we'll definitely meet up, man. We'll try and coordinate. We'll find out what fields we're going to. I think, Tom, you and I need to sit down and plan.
Yeah.
Some maritime trips, some day trips.
100%, dude.
We got to figure that one out. It's going to be, we'll try anyways. This year, like I said, I don't know what this year's looks like for me, man, but Fred Schultz and Friends. That's what it is. I thought it was Fred and Friends, but it's Fred Schultz and Friends. That's the name of the show. And yeah, I just this year, I want to try and get little side gig going too. Here's an opinion. I want everyone's opinion on this. Everyone watching right now. There's 13 of you watching live. Whoever's watching on 97.9 FM CHSR or listening on 97.9 FM CHSR, feel free to call in at 506-453-4979. I have a question. If you come across something, let's say in the world of paintball, somebody producing a product, and you think, wow, that's really cool, they're doing it terribly. Good idea, terrible execution. Is it ethically okay to basically look at that product and go, I could do that, I want to do that, I'm going to do that, and you're basically selling the same product but differently? Actually, now that I say it out loud, I'm thinking that's every headband company in paintball.
Yeah, you saw an idea, you liked it, but you think you can do it better, so do it better.
Right. Yeah. Hopefully by the end of winter we'll have a nice little have a fun little project on the go. I think it'll be fun. I've been talking to our boy Zach, Mr. Zach, about it as well.
I've had a couple little projects on the go too that are going to be fun. I'm looking forward. Something just to keep me occupied this winter.
That's the thing, is I'm going to need something, especially if I as long as it's better. I like that answer.
I just figured out who I'm going to take with me.
To where? For what?
If you know, I got to find like a Brad analog.
Okay.
So it'll be. I'm thinking Jackie wouldn't be too bad to travel with.
Yeah, there you go.
Jackie'd be pretty good to travel with.
Andrew, are you asking about the existential impact of capitalism? No, I answered the question for myself as I was talking out loud. If just because somebody else is doing it doesn't mean I can't do it too. And I'm going to do it better. I'm going to do it sexier. I'm going to do it cooler. Because that's what I do.
I would have said kinkier, but that's me.
I mean, look at this. You know what? I welcome it too. Because you know what? I'm going to say I think it's a good thing to do. I even welcome when I see other podcasts pop up. I know some people are just like, man, there's too many podcasts. I remember during the pandemic when that thing kicked off, man, it was a new podcast every day. People are like, we're going to do a podcast. I'm like, you have no idea what you're getting yourself into. But good luck. Here's how it works. If you need help streaming, let me know. And then half of them fell out of, they got bored or they got too much work or whatnot. And it was kind of sad. Some of them were really good. Yeah, hopefully that'll happen. I want to get that project off the ground. I think it'll be a fun way to occupy my time in the winter.
I think so. We've got a very good support system for that kind of an idea.
Yeah.
So I think
we know enough. We know enough individuals who are
creative.
Yes.
Artsy.
Yes. Who can help out with that? I think it's gonna be fun, man. I think it's gonna be good. It's gonna. Yeah. I can't wait.
I think so.
But yeah.
So, my continuous hunt for sunshades.
Yes, you're always buying sunglasses.
I'm always trying to find the right pair of sunglasses because I've had cheap ones, I've had expensive ones, I've had all kinds, and so far the Oakleys have kind of been where I've settled. I loved my Ray-Bans, but they scratch too easy. So, but then again, I was on eBay, and I'm always been on the hunt for a set of sunglasses from a couple different movies. I found Johnny Cage's $500 sunglasses. They're not $500 sunglasses. At best, they were $160.
Nice.
But I found a pair, so I'm like, I wonder. I can't pull them off, but screw it. It'll be fun just to have a set. So I was working with Fred Schultz. I'm also known as Freddy the Ref on Facebook in a group. Known as a true paintball. Spreading the gospel of paintball through videos. This guy.
Yeah. Freddy the Ref.
Freddy the Ref. He's spreading the gospel. This man. We must bring him. I want him. I like him. This is genius.
You know, it's funny. It's like you as the king of paintball. He'd be like your. I mean, the king and the pope kind of work close in hand in hand.
The pope. Whoever's the head of spreading that gospel, he would be the pope.
Wouldn't that be Freddie the Ref then?
He's the pope, haha. I have to listen to the pope. I don't have a choice.
Is it sacrilegious to gift him a pope hat?
I don't care.
Me neither. So that's why I'm thinking
I wear a crown. He can have a pope hat and probably would look a lot better in it than I would.
I mean, how fun would that be? Good luck playing though. I mean, pope hat's pretty tall. Good luck sitting behind a bunker with it. That's Andrew Gagnon replying back to Explore. Explore said he only got like 3 listens on his podcast and he stopped. Andrew's saying, do it if you like it. Don't worry about listens. We do ours honestly. Only our crew listens, so we gear it to them.
Yeah.
This podcast didn't get many listeners when it first kicked off. I'll tell you that very much. It doesn't get many listeners now.
Very good. He's bringing people back to the fold, back to the flock. He's making sure that they are reborn and blessed and baptized in the waters and in the smoke.
In the smoke, the holy incense.
Paintball. Yes, I'm so getting one of those incense burners for like these kind of events.
Do it.
I got to find one from a deacon.
Can you make it out of a pod?
I will call Turtle the Elder. Squirtle. Squirtle can find me one, or Turtle can make one. But yeah, he's gonna have him walking around with some herb and just some good incense. He's gonna smudge some sage.
Sage. I'm just thinking like, okay, so in Catholicism you get baptized in holy water that I think has like oil or something in it from the saints or something.
It's blessed.
Yeah. So what do we baptize with paintball?
I was going to I would dip a swab in paint. Because when they bless with the holy water,
the power of Ollie Lang compels you. The power of Ollie Lang compels you.
The power of Ollie compels. The Pro League Paintball Podcast. I would welcome any finger quotes Pro League to come and join us. We've had some fancy lads on here. Brad's had fancy people. We had that Matt the Gym Rat guy who's really cool, and I love his content.
Yeah, he's doing great.
He did a video of people of masks, like cheap masks you buy in Temu, and like the first shot, wow, and it just goes right through the center.
Right.
Like, we saw, dude. I think I mentioned this a few weeks ago. We were going on for walk on, and Buddy walks on the field with a Temu mask, and both Gas and I stop, and we all look at him. We're like, "Get off! We'll get you a mask, homie. Please don't wear that." Like,
oh man, yeah, no, those are dangerous. It's scary.
Like people that sell those, I don't care. They're that's criminal. Because I don't even think it would have blocked an airsoft.
So if you, I think for legal purposes, if you actually look at the description, it'll say like paintball airsoft mask, and then it'll like in small print it'll say for like decorative purposes only. So
I saw one that was Lord Humongous. From the Road Warrior.
Yeah. I mean,
just walk away. Oh man. Like, I think of that. I did a PBST where I stopped a person from using an Amazon mask.
They'd be good for gel blasters. They're not wrong. Mark's like, yeah, gel blasters, Nerf. Sure.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
I still think I'd rather put the kids in my Proflex and just strap it on tight and be like, okay, go play with this. But yeah,
Ayatollah of rock and rolla. This man could be a goat. He understands the way.
He's got it, man. He's got it.
He understands the way of a nice jacket and a better scarf.
Mm-hmm.
There are lists that people go on for that kind of stuff. We're not going to go there tonight.
Well, we've got 4 minutes.
Stop trying to sync and copy data, Google. Bad.
But
no.
Yes.
Bad Google phone.
I forget where we were
Stuff
going with
starts
that.
smoking over here. Over here, not over here. Over here. We're 5:54 minutes. 3 minutes left on the main clock.
3:40. We got 3 minutes 40 seconds before I got to kick the system over.
They definitely popped up in my feed, but make sure you keep sharing that stuff, Explore. Like, homie, self-deprecating humor is great. I mean, look at me. But your stuff you've got good stuff. Don't beat it. It doesn't matter. To hell with them if they don't watch it.
Here's the kicker, bud.
If they don't listen to the radio. The two people somewhere on the UNB campus that are listening to this show on the radio, thank you.
Honestly, and you know what? And I fully expect it. It's because they don't know where the radio actually is, and they can't change the station. So they're just like, we'll deal with it for an hour, and then the hip-hop stuff comes on after these two stop yammering about something called paintball. So,
But we do it for fun. It tickles us playing.
Do it.
Wholesome.
Do it. Keep pumping out the product. Keep pumping out the content. Here's the kicker, though. Just come to terms with the system is against you.
100%, dude.
The social system, the social media, YouTube, all that, it's against you. You're fighting an uphill battle against a machine that nobody truly understands how it works. It doesn't like you. It doesn't like your content because your content has thought and purpose put into it. There's a reason why all the top YouTubers have that same stupid, wide-eyed, surprised look in all their thumbnails because YouTube caters to the 6 and 7-year-olds who are sitting there just getting lost in the streams.
Like crackheads, man.
Yeah. If you're not producing that kind of content, you're not going to go crazy far. But that's not a bad thing.
I want to go play some paintball games on PC. I'm going to go look for some.
There's paintball players. It's on Steam.
All right.
Paintball players. I have it. Its control scheme is a little bit wonky because I'm used to things like Battlefield, Call of Duty, Helldivers, that kind of stuff. But to get the control scheme for this type of game, I feel like it needs to mimic more of a Rainbow Six Siege style. I'd like to see that kind of control scheme go in there, but we'll see.
Paintball what?
Just called paintballers, paintball players or paintballers. It's endorsed by the major. What?
Paintball playground?
No, it's endorsed by Major League Paintball. Oh, it's just called paintballers. Sorry, just paintballers.
Major League Paintball. Yeah, I just found it.
There you go.
It's free. Downloaded.
Yeah, it's free. The servers are a little empty from time to time because there's not a lot of players in it, but I mean, so what? So I'm thinking over the winter, we should try and get some of that happening. That'd be fun, right? Get some people together. It's free. It's super easy on the system. You don't need a powerful computer to play it. So,
it's installing right now, homie. Like, I got my controller. This is on. Thanks, Jackie.
Love it. Well, with that, folks, that's we're going to end it there. So thanks so much for hanging out with us and chit-chatting. And
I love you guys. Liking
and commenting and sharing and all that. Apparently, Brett Messer from Infamous is behind that. That's cool. That's so, folks, we're out of here. It's been so much fun. Come find us on the social medias, TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch.